Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house. And today I've got the Wii Knife Shamwari here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's check out the size of this guy, because overall length of this guy is gonna be 7 inches with a almost 3-inch long blade and a 4-inch long handle. So let's see it up against some popular options. For example, this is my wife's James brand, The County. So I'm gonna show you a couple of small guys over here. This is the Quiet Carry IQ, for example, and the Shamwari is bigger than both of these guys. And what else do we have here? Let's actually go from like these two guys over here. This is the Ontario Rat number 2, and this is the Ontario Rat number 1, and the Shamwari is actually a little bit, I would say, kind of like the same size of the Ontario Rat number 2, which is a very, very interesting size. For example, if you compare it to the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Para 3, right over here, you can see that this guy is smaller than both. So, but check out the Para 3 blade length compared to this guy and the handle length. So this guy is very nicely designed. It's packing a very, very nice cutting edge, and I like the handle to blade ratio of the Wii a little bit more than I like it on the Spyderco. This is the same thing with Chris Reeve knives, large Sebenza 21 and small Sebenza 21. As you can see, it's the exact same size as the Sebenza, the small Sebenza 21, which I really like. It's probably a little bit too small for me, but look at this. For example, this is the Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, and this is also Custom Knife Factory 520, Philippe Georget designed and Peter Rassenti designed. So these are big boys. This is the size probably that I prefer the most, and that's how this guy is comparing up against a couple big boys. And let's see it up also Shirogorov Neon Zero and his bigger brother Shirogorov F95R. So look at this. You see, like, this is a very good EDC size. This is kind of like tends to be a little bit on the small size, but still it's very, very reasonable. But for example, check out some big boys over here. This is the Peter Rassenti Satori, and what else can I show you here? Look at this guy, another, of course, Wii Knife. This is the Snack Stand designed mini buster, and it's bigger than this guy. And let me show you another couple pretty popular options. This is the Hinder Knives XM18, and since we have it here, this is a Sprint Run from ZT the Zero 562 blue carbon fiber and 20 CV steel for the blade. So again, you know, you get the idea, right? So you know this is a small knife. Let me show you just another couple right over here, just because we have the matte Diskin IDF, and what else I'm gonna show you? This guy, because I just love it. Hulk Blade Works Spectre, so you have an idea of clearly how this guy looks. And of course, that's it. Last one, I promise. Koenig Knives Arius blue carbon fiber marbled gorgeousness over here. Again, this is a smaller knife, but just because it's small, it doesn't mean it's ugly. Actually, this is really, really cool. It's a beautiful titanium frame lock, nicely blacked out. It has a stonewash finish, and it's nicely contoured, nicely chamfered. I really like these lines over here and over here. It's nicely done. It's simplicity at its maximum expression, because there's basically nothing going on, and it's like a sculpture. You know, when you remove the unnecessary things, you remain with the pure substance, and this is the case for this guy, because there's no nonsense going on. There's one pivot screw, one handle screw, one standoff, one pocket clip, oops, and one blade. So I mean, very, very simple idea, but absolutely well executed. I like this design. It's so clean and so pure that I'm becoming a fan of this. So you see that there's no skeletonization on the inside. But I mean, it's a small one, so it's gonna feel anyways light. You've got just one standoff over here. You can probably use it as a lanyard loop, like to loop some paracord or whatever around this guy, but I don't know, because that's the area, let's see here, the clearance that you have up against the edge, so I wouldn't do it, but you still can. So no backspacer, just a blue anodized titanium standoff right over here with 2 screws. Pretty simple construction. You've got a nicely milled titanium pocket clip with a nice springy tension to it. The entrance of the clip, it's a little bit steep, but then it's pretty nice. The tension is gonna keep it safely in your pocket. Of course, you've got your stainless steel lock face insert right over here, beautiful. That's gonna eliminate completely the lock stick because of course titanium is softer than steel, and then that can create some lock stick situation when the lock is disengaged. So in this case, nothing to worry about. You've got also a nice cutout area over here, which reminds me a little bit a Sebenza 21. You see, Sebenza is a little bit better, so you have a nice area to disengage the lock bar. In this case, you have a little bit less area, but still, it's pretty doable, nothing to complain about. They cut it out nicely. You have also an over travel lock bar extension right over here, so this is gonna prevent you from overextending the lock bar into this towards this side, so very safe. Of course, this guy is absolutely and extremely easy to take down. You're just gonna need a T8 and T6 and you're done. This comes apart super easily, and it's very straightforward to maintain. You've got flush hardware, so it's not protruding. It's just very nicely done. I like this side that is absolutely flush, and this side has a little bit of a domed pivot right next to the over travel right over here. Pocket clip is titanium, matching the handles is tip-up carry only. It's not reversible, it's just gonna stay there. Your 3-inch blade, it's nicely done, I have to say. This is a CPM 20CV steel, so pretty good to go. Beautifully crowned up to this point, look at that, and then creates a wedge, which is reaching the tip and then goes down in this nice drop point with a 50% belly and straight edge up to the sharpening choil to reveal a decently thin behind the edge stock. Look at that. Very cool slicer, hollow grind with this bead blast finish to it. Huge Garrett Ball logo on this side and very minuscule CPM 20CV logo in the back. So not really a fan of this big billboarding over here, but yeah, we can accept it, I guess. I would have preferred nothing because it's so recognizable. Why you need that? Well, I guess you need that, but still, I'm not a fan of billboarding. You have a nice plunge grind over here. Very nice sharpening choil. There's no really like any finger choil to use, but you have also this pretty cool sound. I mean, it's not the most recognizable sound of them all, but it's still pleasant. To a point. I mean, it's not obtrusive, it's not obnoxious, it's clinky, clanky. It's nice, it's pleasant. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's not like super distinctive or very recognizable like other knives, like for example this guy. This is a unique thwack that this guy, of course, doesn't have, because it's a different league and it made by with different materials, so it's another thing. So this guy is also very light, weighing in at 2.8 ounces, and in the hand it actually feels really good. There's no hot spots going on, really well designed, no sharp edges. You've got just your basic jimping going on over here, which is a little bit on the flush side, so I would have preferred it maybe to be protruding a little bit more, but it's just like that. I mean, it's still functional, but a little bit on the slippery side. You've got, of course, like the jimping that it's extending up to this point, because this is the area you're going to use to front flip the knife. So you need the grip to do this kind of deployment action right over here, because you're not going to be able to, I mean, you can pinch it like that, but it's kind of awkward because this area here is too close to the pivot, so the lever, it's not working that good. Of course, you can for sure like do reverse grip, but yeah, it's kind of like missing a chunk of the handle, so you're not gonna have the most secure grip of them all by doing a reverse grip, but still you can do it. Texture, it's gonna be pretty smooth. There's no texture going on. It's very sleek. Fit and finish is pretty spot on, guys. It's very simple. It's hard to miss this design in the execution, and I don't see any gaps whatsoever. So there's no blade play. It's very solid. The clip ramp, it's nicely done. A nice clip retention. The clip release also, it's gonna work pretty much flawlessly. Deployment speed is really fast, guys. I don't know, it's fast. It's really pleasant and fast. It's a nice front flipping action for sure. This guy is running on bearings. Actually, right now I just installed some skiff bearings, so the action it has improved a little bit. Overall, there's no finger soreness associated to the fidgeting with this little guy over here. It's smooth. Bearings are doing a great job. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the original bearings. I just wanted to change it because to try, and I noticed that a little improvement for sure. The detent strength is on the medium to light side. Nothing to worry about. It's not gonna deploy in your pocket. The tip is nicely recessed. There's no way you're gonna be able to touch it, so it's pretty safe. There's no rattling going on. It's solidly built, guys. It's a nice little chunk of metal, well put together. The lock bar, it's pretty easy to release and to access. There's no lock stick, as I said. There's no detent ball ramp, so you're gonna have this little hard step on the during your closing action. So just keep that in mind. As soon as you disengage the lock bar, look at this. The blade just wants to fall, so you got a free fall, but you don't have the guillotine effect, which you can only do by just wiggling a little bit, and this guy's gonna close pretty nicely in the handle. So I mean, overall it's a very good looking and very attractive design. I really like this one. It's neat, it's clean, it's nicely designed. The sound, it's not the best, but it's not horrible. The grip is good. It's a little bit on the small side, but just because I have big hands. So overall it's a nice one, but I probably would go with the 3.3 inches custom rather than this guy over here. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.